Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today, Pokemon released a new trailer for the new set. I'm going to be reacting to it, see what we could be expecting. Let's do it. I've been trying to avoid it all day, but I've seen Eevee, we have an EX Eevee. Not really sure about that. That seems a bit weird, just because you could lose 2 points really easily. And I saw it didn't have a lot of health, so I mean, maybe in the trailer it'll show something else, but that doesn't excite me. I mean, it was cool, but like, we'll see. We're gonna get one for each evolution, or yeah, there's the EX Eevee and the EX Flareon we have as well. Jolteon, Vaporeon, cool. Flareon EX, yeah, 103 damage. That's pretty solid. I think this base card does that as well. Sylveon EX, okay, I would take that. That looks hype. After the video's done, I'll go through it and see how much damage it does. Alright, so it looks like we have Flareon EX, Eevee EX, and the Sylveon EX. That's pretty exciting. I wish we got a Vaporeon EX, but you know, can't get winners all the time. Now I'll go through the video and see what we can be expecting in terms of damage and how good the cards are. Alright, so now that we've watched the video, I'm going to talk about what the cards have. I have them all pulled up here. Just briefly explain it. So for the EX Eevee, it's very good just because we have another Eevee card, so now we can do multiple Eevee evolutions in one deck instead of just the 2 base Eevees we had before, where you can only have like one Flareon, one Vaporeon, and like, you couldn't have 2 of them. So now we can have up to 4 evolutions in one deck. That's pretty solid. That's what I've been saying. Like, Eevee is a very cool deck, but we need more Eevees in the game with different names so we can play them. 1 attack, energy, 30 damage. That's not really much to brag about. 1 energy retreat cost. It's alright. Okay. Next up, we got the Flareon EX. Flareon EX is good. Well, I don't know if it's good, but it does Giratina damage for 3 energy, and you don't have to recover energy from your discard pile. But if you do, it deals 20 damage to stuff like Giratina would when attacking. And if you want to continue to attack, you need to do that. Just because it's you attack, you discard 2 fire energies, you can pick one up and then attach one again to your Flareon. Now you can get around this with Dawn, you know, and then not deal damage to yourself, so that's good. The good thing about this though is that it does not cause damage on attacking. So with Giratina, your max health at all points is 150 with a cape on, and without a cape it's 130. So in a mirror match, it's whoever attacks first loses, unless you have a dark ride and you're a little fucking scum. So it looks good. It looks at, because if it's in your turn, then you can do a potion to mitigate the damage or so on, and then attack again. So Flareon looks good. Obviously the downside is 20 damage, but 130 damage is good for 3 energy. Can't get better than that. Next up, we got the Sylveon EX. Sylveon EX looks fucking insane, I'm not gonna lie. Attack damage, not amazing, but that's not what we're here for. 1 psychic energy, 1 rainbow energy, 70 damage. Now, that's not really amazing, but it does put pressure on your opponent. But its main thing is its ability. When you evolve it, you can draw 2 cards, so you get a free Professor Oak. Now, you can do some really quick shit with this, like say you have you got your 2 Oaks already, and then you evolve your 2 Eevees into Sylveon EXs. That's 8 cards you've drawn already, just on that. And then, since you can't use more than 2 Professor Oaks in one turn, that's basically 10 cards you've drawn just from evolving this thing and your 2 Professor Oaks. So it's interesting just because you can speed up the draw rate of your deck and just go through your deck insanely quick. So I'm excited to see what you can do with that. I'm sure it'll feel really unfair to play against, but it looks good. Next up, we got Umbreon. So does 40 damage for 1 dark type energy, and if the defending Pokemon is a basic Pokemon that can't attack your opponent's next turn. Alright, that's kind of crazy. So you know, for Pokemon like Buzzwole, this won't matter just because the Ultra Beast shit, but for like Giratinas and Darkrai's, this is really good. It just stops them from attacking. They have to waste energy to retreat to attack again, but then they're not built up anymore. So Umbreon, that's really good. I'm really excited about this deck from already. It just looks insane. It just stops all these annoying EX cards. Alright, next one, Espeon, its counterpart. So 1 energy, 20 damage, times. So like this attack does 20 damage for each energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. Okay, that's kind of cracked, I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna do a lot of damage. Alright, so yeah, I mean, say you're going against Giratina deck, that's gonna have 4 energy by itself, just alone, if it's ready to attack, and then Darkrai is probably gonna have 3 or more. So that by itself, 7 energy, that's 140 damage, just like that, without including anything else that might go on. So for late game, Espeon is gonna be kind of crazy. I'm really excited to see what you can do with like a Sylveon Espeon deck. That might go crazy. I'm definitely gonna try that out. Maybe put like a Mew in there or something to deal with like big attackers. That looks pretty good. Alright, next up, Vaporeon. Vaporeon has 120 health, more than Umbreon and Espeon. So you have 1 water energy and then 2 rainbow energies for 70 damage. And you flip a coin until you get tails. For each head, discard a random energy for your opponent's active Pokemon. Alright, yeah, it's good. It's just just a Team Rocket. I mean, it doesn't get better than that for 70 damage as well. It's not like Guzzlord's 30 damage. 70 damage is real damage. You can't really ignore that. And yeah, you have to pretty much kill it because that's really annoying to deal with. Yeah, Leafeon is next. Leafeon has 90 health. That's not great. That's Eevee, EX Eevee's health, which is like, if you're evolving, you're not getting anything from that apart from changing your type and your, attack. But its attack is 1 rainbow energy, so you can put it with any of these in partnership, and it doesn't really matter. But you ideally want leaf type energies, just because the attack does 20 damage for each leaf type energy attached to this Pokemon. So if it doesn't have leaf type, it's pretty worthless. I don't even know why they would make that a rainbow energy. They could just, I don't know, it's a bit bizarre. But 9 health is worrying, but you can get some to shenanigans with this with Leafeon and what's it called? Serperior. Serperior and Leafeon is some nasty stuff you can do with. It could be like a little Celebi action, but like without the RNG factor of it. So Leafeon looks good. The only thing that concerns me is its health. Its health is very low. I'm not super excited about that. Same thing with Jolteon. Jolteon has 90 health. I think the other Jolteon we have might be better. Just looking at the health. If this, so its attack is 40 damage for 1 lightning energy or electric, I don't know. And its fact is, if this Pokemon evolved during this turn, this attack does 20 more damage. I mean, it might be good for like early game. That's when, if you're trying to end the game early, it'll do 60 damage, but only for 1 turn, and the next turn it'll go back to 40. So it's not the best. I think the other Jolteon's better. I think the other one's 2 or 3 energy, and you get to do a maximum of 160 damage per turn. Now you have to get lucky with that. You can do between 0 and 160, but I'm not really a big fan of this Jolteon. But we'll see. Early game it should be a killer, but later game it's kind of ass in my opinion. Next up we got Glaceon. Glaceon 100 health, so higher than 90. That 10 health does matter eventually. For 2 water energy, this attack does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon, so you can choose. It could be on the bench, the active, and now the advantage of the active Pokemon is they get the weakness effect, so if they're a fire type, they will get hurt from that. But if they're on the bench, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so you get, you can do that, and then like fucking Cyrus sit in or whatever if you want to be a rat. But yeah, Glaceon looks good. My favorite ones for this set so far just look like Sylveon and Espeon. Sylveon with its draws, and then Espeon with its damage effect. Doing 20 damage for each energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. It's not just the active one, it's all of them. So that looks like a lot of fun. Really punish those nasty decks like Charizards, Darkrai's, Giratinas, all those big energy decks. Even those Guzzlord decks. Guzzlord, Buzzwole, those they come a lot of energy in there. Now the problem is just the health. I don't know if we'll see an item. I'm gonna go look now, see if there's any items coming with it to increase health for Eevee Pokemons. But yeah, also just excited we have an Eevee EX. I prefer it wasn't an EX and just had a different name, but it's good because now we have up to 4 Eevees we can have in our base deck to evolve. So that'll be just 8 Pokemon. Then you can have like a 1 ace, like a Mew or Giratina or something big like that, to where you can have 9 Pokemon and fill the rest with like support, trainers, and that kind of stuff. Alright, and now we got some trainer supporters and trainer cards and items. So we have Penny. Its effect is look at a random supporter card that's not Penny from your opponent's deck and shuffle it back into their deck. Use the effect of that card as the effect of this card. Now that's very good if you get an early game, just because like you get turn 1 basically, like you get your turn 1 before your opponent can use it theirs. So you get a if you get a Professor Oak from them, you can shuffle it back into their hands, into their deck, and they can't use it, and you get to draw 2 cards. So this is again really nasty with the Sylveon deck, just because you got 2 from the Sylveon and another 2 from another Sylveon, and then you got 2 from your Professor Oak, 2 from another Professor Oak, and then plus 2 from this Penny. So now you're drawing 10 cards without the initial draw that you do for each turn. So early game, this is kind of crazy. Later game, you could even use it as Cyrus. A lot of people have Cyruses just because they're fucking rats. Sabrina's, anything really. So Penny looks really solid. Probably put this into my deck right away. I can't imagine me not doing this. Next up, we got an Eevee bag. Eevee bag lets you choose the effect that this lets it do. So during this turn, attacks used by your Pokemon that evolved from Eevee do plus 10 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So that's kind of like a Giovanni, but for your Eevees. Or you can heal 20 damage for each of your Pokemon that evolves from Eevee. Now, I think this isn't trainer tool. I think it's just item. So it's just like a heal 20 across the board. That's pretty good. You could have just like a Butterfree, but for 1 turn. So you could choose and do what you want to do. If you need damage to like 10 extra damage like a Giovanni, you could do that. But if you need to heal, you could just heal. So it kind of lets you choose 2 different trainer cards you want for 1, just for what you need in that turn. So you don't have to say you need in some battles like a Giovanni like 10 extra damage just to kill a Pokemon to not make it then let you attack. You could do that. But say you need to heal to survive an attack, you could also do that. So you don't need to put a bunch of different cards into your deck. So I like this item a lot. The Penny one though, that one's crazy. We'll see how it works, but I'm very excited for this set. We'll see what else comes out. I can't imagine they're only doing 3 EXs. I imagine we might get like I don't think we'll get another Pikachu EX. We might get like another mascot Pokemon though. I can't really see which one else we get, like a mascot Pokemon, since we already got Charizard and Pikachu. Don't know what other mascot Pokemon we have, but I think we'll get 1 or 2 more EXs. Maybe 1 or 2 more trainer cards. Items, maybe 1 more. Yeah, but this is a very solid set already. It looks very promising. It looks like a lot of fun. It doesn't look very ratty, like fucking Giratina, Darkrai, Buzzwole, all those typical Nickilego. That one just looked like a rat just from the gate. But this one looks like it's more fun more than anything competitive. Flareon looks very solid though, so we'll see what happens. But Flareon, big damage, but you also damage to yourself. Alright, let me know what you guys think about this set. This is going to be the end of the video. Peace.